Hello. I hope you enjoy Face. She's pretty. I know what you're talking about. See, isn't she pretty?
All of my insides are sad now.
Oh, it's better from the low angle. Yes, derpy. Well, howdy. Yeehaw. I'm gonna put her back to normal. There. That's actually like it took me an extra minute just to get started because I wanted to do that. Yes, hello, happy Tuesday. Hello, hello, Jurassic, Moonmart, Chris, Nihil. Hello, hello. A lot of names I don't recognize. That's cool. Working on horse stuff. One day to finish. Getting there, though. I think as of last time, we were kind of getting down to the wire on what we can work on. Our stuff is fun. Because I can't work on this one or this one, and okay, get a little anal with this, but this not matching this. There. Looking at the Infinity Gauntlet. No, they're I am basically making like an alternate. I'm trying to find a quick end to the video, this video I'm working on, and the easiest way to do it was to, or not the easiest, but the weirdest way to do it was to have it involve EQG. So it's an alternate end to the first movie in a way, I guess. And there's a whole minute and a half section that's separate video file because it got too big. So it's got her in here. I've already got her all done. And but then she gets, well, I haven't done this part yet, but she gets hit by a rocket. Well, not that rocket, this rocket. and that's why they're all like weirded out. So, well, you didn't have to have all the rice.
Take all of it. There's just a lot in there.
And it's so it's a reference to Wizard of Oz. Yeah, then they blow up all that. So. I still don't know what I want to do with her.
That's a happy horse. I still just like the idea of her just breathing heavily, watching it unblinkingly.
Just get like
Just
audio
smiling.
of just. Well, she was gonna get crushed and couldn't figure out the best way to represent that easily, without literally implying death. So it was thought that the best way to do it was this. Really, if you think about the angle of the rocket and where she is, she's just cut in half. But
I think that's the best compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life.
you do kind of have like an Adam Savage-esque feel to you.
Thank you. He's a good-looking guy.
Adam Savage wears it well.
Hey, Derby.
Did you drop the? I thought you said uterus. Utensils. No, that was him putting ice in his cup, and he's loud about it.
It's my fault. The ice is loud.
Mm-hmm. No, this is Michael. He lives upstairs.
I do. I come out of the attic sometimes.
That little piggy just snaps a photo. Oh yeah, we did that last time. The idea was Fluttershy is just always going to be scared in the background, so she's kind of visible shaking her head. Rarity is just being like actually emotional. Rainbow is just flabbergasted, but probably would be thinking it's pretty cool. But Pinky can't be like
Normal.
sad. Yeah, she has to be weird, so I just have her smiling and then just taking a picture. And then Applejack cocking a gun. Just in case she's still alive. And originally I had a different shot. I think I got rid of it. Yeah, I had a different shot that had some of the other school members there. But things work in sets of 3, and I couldn't think of doing the main 6, them, and then a third thing. So I decided just to stick with the 1. Yeah, that they're basically anything in green is done, and then there's, like I said, there's another minute and a half or something, and a whole other shot that's all green too. That's leading up to this. But the only shots I have left are figuring out Twilight's evil thing and doing Sunset Shimmer here. Oh, I thought I was gonna have to do a whole bunch of lip syncing, but actually, there's not. Okay, I didn't want to spend the whole stream doing lip syncing, but it actually isn't that much. Because this is the scene that's going to take the most amount of time to do, by far. Mainly this part right here. Spike has to hit her and her to catch him, and with that looking natural, and that is not something that's going to be easy. Yeah, I don't. My brain went weird because of the overlay. It's just. Well, these ones actually don't have lipstick. These ponies do. Though I have removed the lipstick from some of them before. The purpose of it is that the original models, not models, the original Flash animation, like the actual show, had the darker purple lines to create the edges for things. And in 3D, if the mouth is closed in a certain way, it actually can blend together and just be difficult to differentiate. So the purple lines are actually a good way to help keep the top of the two separate and easier to see expression. Now with the higher fidelity models and everything, it's not so much of a need. And if you do the lighting right, again, it's also not needed. But
I think it would look weird without it.
No, it does work. One of the main reasons, actually, that I found that comes in handy, and this is more on the older models when they didn't have such high of a poly count, is the lips on the very end here. used to have a little bit, would get flatter on certain talking bits, and that could cause the shading that would hit it to not be perfectly round, and it actually could look kind of square. If everything was the same color, it actually made it stand out a lot more that the lips had a weirder shape. But if you put that darker line there, it actually helped mask that a lot, and to where you wouldn't notice it. So that was one of the reasons actually I liked keeping it. But like I said, now the main reason I just keep it on is because I'm lazy. It did take time to go and remove it. Not much time, but
Lips?
To remove the lipstick. Or what people call lipstick.
Yeah, I don't really consider it lipstick as it's the color of their lips.
It's just it's utilizing the show's style of using a darker outline for certain aspects.
But if they didn't have it, they would look like they didn't have any lips.
It depends on the shot. If I keep the lighting like this, flat lighting, yes, it would blend in. But if you do lighting right, it should shade over the edges and you'll see the different bits. But to me, it's just easier to keep the lips like that. Spiking comes out for her and she catches him in her arms split seconds later. That was kind of the idea, what I was going to do with it, is because if she catches him immediately, it's not really a surprise. It would have to be that he would already fall in part of her arms that was open, which actually I could do. Yeah, because when she says "you have," I could have her right arm out, or I could have her left, or I'm saying my right, so her right arm out, and he could fall into that, and to where he would impact, and then she pulls it back in. That's probably going to be the best way to do it, because the only other way to make it work, at least in a cartoonish style, is that he impacts her like head and then bounces upwards to where then she can catch him. But even that, I'm not sure of. I could have her arm out and have him literally land on it like clothesline, or like to the stomach, and like with paws over it. And if I change the angle just enough, I could have it so that they could look at each other for a second and do the stupid grin. I don't know how actually well animated the dog is, though. Well, actually, no. I had
He animated him pretty well in that shot.
yeah, this one he was animated. Oh yeah, it has pretty good controls. So I can't remember. We did this shot so long ago.
You can say that for most of the animation at this point.
Well, yeah, November of 18. Very interested in working on a project you mentioned. No, I'm not getting involved with any more projects right now. I get asked that a lot, and there are very few I have ever assisted with, but the majority of them have backfired to be a waste of time. So I tend to be very picky on what projects I ever help with. But no. I wouldn't be able to help out no matter what the project is, really. I have too many of my own that I keep putting on hold. Make the dog like a plushie. I thought about that. That's actually like just the way he comes flying in. It kind of just funny in its own. And the squeaky. He's alive before that, and then there's, I guess, in a way, because there's always that thought of like what happens here, because he's just kind of like, gone. And if he was a plushie, then he'd be okay. But I want the misdirection. So if he came in as a plushie, it would only be her as confused. But if it was him landing and they looked at each other, that would cause them both to be confused. And then it leads it to be, because I want to confuse the viewer that they were expecting a rocket and then they got something else. And then it's misdirection followed by the expectation.
Also, he gets to kill Spike.
I am doing this whole thing for one person.
I know.
I forgot the name for the thing. I'm doing this whole thing for Tom Spiegel because I want a reaction.
When you kill Spike, you get it.
So, but no, this is Dog Spike. Maybe he doesn't care about Dog Spike.
I can see that. I have a hard time caring for regular Spike.
I was going to say that exact same thing.
Definitely a step
No,
down.
Spike, I liked. It's hard to say. I actually kind of liked early Spike more than late Spike, because late Spike started when they started actually making lessons around him. He started just kind of being stupid. But really, anytime a character has a lesson, they have to learn all these lessons, and then whenever they have the episode focused on them, they have to forget them all.
Yeah.
So it's it's the same for him. Or not just him, any episode, the person that is the focus gets stupid for that episode.
I think the one episode he gets the most grief for was that Spike at Your Service episode, because he had proven himself competent most of the time, and Spike at Your Service, he was like completely incompetent at everything.
Well, he can't help Applejack.
Yeah. Well, she can't be helped.
No, but it's no, I appreciate the spitballing though. Well, because I'm really big on just kind of throwing things out there and then seeing what sticks. And so it's the same thing here of like I don't 100% know what to do it, so I usually start working on the things that I do know what to do, and eventually I might only get a little bit of an idea here and there, but it builds into something that works, or I end up figuring out that something else completely works and I go a different direction. That's why this video is now almost 2 minutes long instead of 30 seconds.
It's good when people in the stream spitball, because if I start throwing,
because all it is derpy.
Weird. I mean, I did have the idea of her catching the dog and her and the dog making out.
She doesn't like this idea.
Yes. This is why it's important for chat to come up with ideas. Also, yeah, Derpy. Put Derpy in there somewhere.
But yeah, it's like actually a lot of stuff I went with has been based on input from chat. Like the name of Remembrance was actually a chat recommendation. I didn't come up with that name. Most of the pictures I have on DA I haven't done one of those in a while. Years. Were based on people's input. It was your input that the Lyra Fatale video even exists. You were doing something stupid and you said, turn this into a video, and I said, okay.
Very surprised. It was very dumb.
It was so dumb. Video. Somebody left a comment just, well, thanks for the follow. Though there was somebody that left a comment that said, I clicked this expecting Final Fantasy VIII music, and that's exactly what I got, along with the stupid dragon. So I'm glad somebody got that reference. Does she say any of these words in the other parts? Not really. There's certain words, but copying I isn't going to be. Sometimes if they have like the same, when they monologue and they start repeating things, it's super easy. Just go copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. That's like the Rathlow's boat one is great because he just said boat so much. I just kept copy pasting boat around. Or like it's a boat and there's a boat, which are actually so similar that I just like added one little open a mouth and then they look the same anyway. I really wish that I could put her mouth to.
You do some motion capture for Christmas.
Not mine.
You just strap it to your face and it automatically lip syncs everything for you.
No, I would need way more. I wouldn't be able to do flexes. That would be with bones. Because that is where they pinpoint certain parts in the face and then they map those to specific pins on that face. Which is like Monster Hunter does that. That's why when you open up that model, there's just 1,000 bones across the face because it's all mapped. But this doesn't have that. It's all flexes, so it's meant for manual entry. And I don't even know. You wouldn't be able to use SFM for mapping something like that. You would have to use some. You can do motion capture of other stuff, but you have to run it through some other software to convert it to SFM's format.
Yeah. I don't know if the Source 2 models, if they did that now, if they did mocap or not.
No, they still do mocap. Mocap is the cheapest and easiest way to do animation now. Mm-hmm. It's stupid not to. Even if it's not a human like the Vortigaunt, and there's probably all mocap. They probably just port it to that model, and then you just have to maybe readjust some of the bones to match. But
you know what they did for Andromeda and Fallout 4? They did a thing where they say words and then the computer essentially tries to approximate the mouth movements just from the audio.
Yeah, that's SFM has that. It's phonemes, but it's very immensely poor. Yeah. It's meant to be in passing. At cutscenes and stuff, you will always tell it's poor. But if somebody's screaming as they're running by, you're not going to really care whether or not their mouth matched perfectly. But to do that, it's not like right now you have jaw open, jaw closed, grin, blah blah blah. To do the phonemes, the program actually will translate certain sounds, and you have to have the model set up with those phonemes built in. So it needs to map certain sounds, not just like jaw open. Mm-hmm. So you have to tell a file that phoneme B is this mix of flexes, and this phoneme is this mix of flexes, and so it will just trigger those pre-made phonemes. But it's not very accurate. So even like this model, I wouldn't be able to do it with. Okay, so she needs to go. Maybe there's a jaw down. No, I have to actually grab the bone. Ugh. So this mouth, this is one thing I don't like about this model. It's pretty poor in its lip syncing. Like there's no pucker, so I have to utilize different bits to get it to work. And I don't have anger, which is normally super useful. Oh no, I do. Yeah, but it's okay. It's not that useful. I guess actually it'll probably work for this. Too much though.
I don't know if it's too much or not enough spice in that, but it feels like I need a different spice.
She got a mustache. Oh, she got a nose.
Finally. This is weird. They do give them super tiny noses in Equestria Girls.
There she goes.
And no nostrils.
She got nose.
Now she got the nose.
She's like VV.
Head.
Let me get the Samuel.
She's French apparently.
Because look at the mustache. It's like VV. Oh.
Just start saying baguettes.
That's Italian. Oh, baguettes. Okay. Oh, you said spaghettis.
Oh.
That's a baguette.
Oh, no, I need some spaghetti. Some bags. I'm imagining it now. I'm jealous.
Coffee is good.
All I got is Coke, Dr. Pepper, and whiskey.
Oh, darn.
It's the last of the Dr. Pepper, too.
This is. There's a whole mouse, so I'm kind of out of luck. I think I'm gonna have to just show more teeth.
Give her that grr face.
It's just, oh, that might work right there. Actually, can I just bring the jaw back? Oh, now that I got the spike teeth to worry about, because I don't have a lip bite.
I would imagine talking with big old things like that would be difficult.
I would think so. But
You ever wonder why the elements of harmony, one of the elements of harmony is capable of turning somebody into a demon in the first place?
it's probably a power that can be utilized by the person. That its power is just like loyalty and magic and everything. It utilizes the power of the person. So if they're being evil, then
I remember that one horse episode. Those fake main six tried to take the elements and then got turned to goop. They never followed up after that. I was really thinking they would bring them back or something. Just have them turned back into wood.
they are sticks.
They became sticks and they stayed sticks.
It's just like, how do I do? The only way I can think of doing this is this. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh.
Did he get turned to sticks for Essek? And it was probably one of the single most horrifying scenes in the entire show. So much so that they had to tone it down a little bit.
And this?
No, when they got turned to sticks.
What about the Storm King breaking to pieces?
Yeah, but that wasn't nearly as morbid. Like
He died.
Their skin was like melting as they were like shriveling.
But they weren't real.
They seem pretty real to me. No?
No, they're just like programmed. They're not real. Don't think of them as real, and it makes atrocities against humanity so much easier.
Yes. I mean,
what do you think zombies are?
They seem to have ambitions. I don't know.
No, that doesn't make them real. No.
I just hope they didn't feel pain. They were still cute horses after all.
Oh, they felt pain.
No, I'm sad.
But that's not what makes somebody alive.
Having ambitions and feeling pain's not enough.
No,
you have to fill out the
form. You have to participate in the economy.
Yeah.
You're not a living being unless you're paying taxes.
That's the line.
That's
the standard. Yes.
Oh, that's the old phrase, isn't it? That the only two guarantees in life are death and taxes.
Mm-hmm.
See, this says it right in there. The only guarantee is life, so you can't be alive without taxes.
You hear that, children?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Her boob's still clipping through her shirt. She's kind of got like a Charlie Brown thing going with that dress.
She's got the moves.
wardrobe malfunctions all over the place. Shoulder problems.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix
The side.
yeah, this issue. Because that doesn't touch it.
I just have to go in and color it. Otherwise, it. No. It's getting lewd.
Well, no, I'm trying to see if there's a certain motion I can do that will fix it.
Close.
Only one I can think of is to bring it in.
Like, the only thing I would think to do without, like, really messing it up is just going into the texture and coloring it.
That's the only thing I can think of, too. Or not caring.
The internet will care.
No. See, during the initial battle, it's some damage to the clothing. So, it's okay, because that can happen.
Yeah. It's because she stole Charlie Brown's shirt and she tried to stretch it over herself.
When does Charlie Brown have a red bottom? We never look low enough?
He's always wearing a skirt, we just never noticed.
I mean, we couldn't, because,
Don't put Charlie Brown in the skirt. I don't know where this is going now.
No, because, I mean, you can always just, make her look a little bit like, Charlie Brown like this.
Yep. That poor cancer child.
There.
Just go, oh.
But didn't Charlie Brown have like two little hairs or something?
Yeah, he pretty much had the Homer thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say
Holy
too.
crap, Charlie Brown is the Homer Simpson's Charlie Brown all grown up. It's horrifying.
What happened to him? Did he trip and fall far? Did he get stuck in the well and nobody came and got him for a couple months? Or
I don't know. He turned into a... He grew up to be an alcoholic, because of course he did.
there we go.
Charlie Brown had a rough life.
Where's the rest of her bones? There they are. Oh. Well, that would help. Some of her flexes were hiding.
Yes.
I thought I had that fixed, though.
What are you doing?
Okay, that was it. I just had to rebuild her model. Because I was thinking originally, like, I swear that she had a pucker or something, but apparently I just needed to rebuild it. Okay, now I actually have some extra things to play with. I'll have to go back and poke at some of the other ones again. It's kind of a sucky pucker, but it's better than nothing. I love how Stratch is Stratch. It's got an A. What else did I gain? Oh, yeah, that was not that useful. Ooh. Wait, that's lip bite? That's not lip bite, that's... I don't know what that is.
It's turtle. That is.
Am I too turtle enough for the Turtle Club?
That's part of that whole movie.
Need a football laying on her head. Yes. Well, that's Spike. Spike is our football.
Yes. I'm sure he's used to it.
This one I need to do as much as possible. Actually, wouldn't be. At the beginning here, she actually would stay kind of back. Should probably actually be further back here. Some of this, you go the opposite what you normally would do, depending on the next. This one, she actually should have channel closed, little, and I can't do that with that. And the bite's not going to do anything for me. Well, I might be able to use it. It might be working. I'm just. I just need to position it right. But that's not. I need a fully closed mouth to do that.
You look so happy.
That actually kind of works. Oh yeah, but she kind of does look happy. I don't want happy. Get sad again.
No, she's happy. No, now she's had a stroke. Now she's sad. Why you want to be sad? She just got superpowers. I mean, yeah, they made her completely undateable. Who's gonna date that? She's a bad person.
You're objectifying.
I guess, like, mutations? Like, horrible body-wide mutations?
You could have said friend. You could have said been acquaintance. Anything, and you went right to womanizing.
No womanizing. She's a mutant.
You don't see her as anything other than an object to be dated.
I mean, I want to be an object to be dated.
Go to a brothel.
It's not dating.
With enough money, it's anything.
Dating is nice.
Why is she constantly smiling now?
Yeah, she's always happy. You just want her to be sad.
I want her to be angry.
What's she angry about?
That's the whole movie.
Well, she's like...
The whole movie is about her being angry and expressing why, and wanting to go to Equestria to get revenge.
At best, she's catty. I wouldn't say angry. I mean, she's... Here, I'm not even sure what she's angry about. Like, she went to the portal on her own accord. Didn't she? I can't remember.
To the human world?
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, she did. She ran away.
Yeah.
Because, for reasons.
I don't even remember what the reasons were.
Because she loved high school so much and wanted to experience it again.
Even in her 30s.
Let's not start that one again.
There's no way she's not in her 30s.
This one, I think it's the mouth would act different, but this time I'm gonna have to probably still go with non-stretch. I need bottom teeth, not top teeth. It could work. I just need to get more like that, and I can't bring the actual lips. I can get them up, but I can't bring them. Oh, well, that's a little bit, but then I got smiles again. How many shots left in this project? I color code everything, so really it's everything that's blue. But this shot and this shot are establishing shots, and so they require a different map, and so I'm kind of doing those last. They're easy-ish, but the map that I need to use is intense on processing because there's so much crap on it. It's just the one at the high school, so I don't want to deal with that right now. So I have to do this and then figure out what I want to do with Twilight at the end. Right now we just have a stupid filler. That's not going to be the final. The idea was to potentially just have her staring at the monitor way too happy. I'm running out of voice lines to use for her. That's actually the reason that this is supposed to be on my last side twi, because I'm out of audio. She has a lot of gold nuggets to use, but I've actually used like 2/3 of her audio lines for stuff. So there's not much left to go through that isn't very game specific. This one is, I'm just going to use a stock image of a nuclear explosion, so I really don't care on that. I'll just use it from somewhere else. And then this one is literal black. This one I just need to double check a couple things, because this is when the rock is actually launching. I'm not sure if I want to change the focus on this, because right now the focus is sitting on Applejack here while everything else is in defocus. But do I want to change the focus? I don't think so, because after the rocket would leave, then it would be focusing on this, and that's not really a good focus. But huh?
Applejack's the best part of that whole scene. Look at that face. Look at that face. Top coat. Oh,
she's like, what the fuck you talking about?
He's got the scrunch nose. Not just any scrunch. Side scrunch.
Stop looking at me.
The advanced scrunch.
Say what? Oh yeah. It works for a lot of things, actually. Yes. Except for the face doesn't like it. It kind of indents a little bit there. But
it's fine.
no, but I do want to poke at that a little bit more, potentially if I had to clean up. Yeah, it looks like everything else on her is already cleaned up. Oh no, kind of. I think her hair is not locked. No, it is. I think I just need to do a little bit touching. So yeah, I gotta poke at that a little bit more. And then that's it. So really not that much more. Like I said, there's like another minute something which I can tell you exactly how long. Minute 22. So make sure it was this one. So yeah, there's a whole minute and 22 before this. So it's like a 2-something minute video. But even after I finish all the animating, there's probably still going to be edits. There's a reason I haven't started rendering the first part, and that's because I want to potentially add some kind of music overlay or something. And until I figure that out, I can't say anything's final, because ambient noise compared to having music with ambient noise is a completely different experience in terms of timing. And normally, if you put some kind of music in there, you can silent gaps aren't so silent. Usually everything that normally would be much compacted together because you're trying to keep things going on, the music helps you create gaps and you can start spacing things out. So something that normally would feel correctly paced, you start adding audio in and it'll now feel like it's rushed. So I'm guessing that something like that's going to happen. But I'm going to have to go back to, I think, yeah, like this one, I now am able to do pucker. Actually, I'm just going to do it quick here. Because the flexes that are here are based on a file that I have, and when I originally loaded this, I probably had not reset that when I went and did this one, and then it was a big enough time gap that I forgot about it. So if I just rebuild control groups, it will, it'll toss those into here. So now I can do pucker. So if it's all I'm worried about is pucker, mainly that's the one I'm worried about. Okay, actually, no, I'm gonna worry about this one too.
Pretty cool zoomed in like that. It's pretty cool shot zoomed in like that. Say, Jurassic, you gonna be on later tonight, or are you teaching? Are you gonna be around later tonight?
He wants the satisfactory. Just come on with saying, hey guy, what you doing later? You want to go get some pizza?
I mean, if you want to go get some pizza, sure. Man, I did just eat a lot though. 9 your time or 9 our time? I don't know. I don't know where you're at.
California.
California, that would be then your time. No. Never mind then. Some other time. You're nuts. You're a busy guy. Your days are packed. Me, I sit here and I watch a dude animate ponies. My day. Look at that, she got one face.
Okay, I think that should be.
What exactly do you think you're going to do to stop me? You think you're going to
Okay, so this one I had to do some creative bits to get that to work without pucker. Now, I don't need to.
looking right at the camera. It's weird.
She's supposed to. Put a little bit on this open there. I think I'm going to bring down her jaw a little bit here.
Think you're going to do to stop me?
It's a little better.
Think you're going to
This, I think we need a little bit more pucker. And we're going to also close the mouth a bit more again.
You're going to do to think exactly you think you're going to do to stop me?
Okay.
Exactly you think you're going to do to stop me?
Okay, that does feel better. So what do I have on this one?
So many hoops tonight just to get my hands on this crown. Get my hands on this crown.
You see, this one already had it, so that was just my bad for not really paying attention. No, what Michael is saying is quit your job so that he can game a couple days and then just forget about you. Throw you to the curb.
Yep.
To jump through so many hoops tonight.
What
just
I'll
to
do.
get my hands on this crown. And it
Quit your job, Jurassic. Whichever job keeps you busy all day.
I have magic.
Probably those children.
You have children?
No, Jurassic.
He has children?
He's got to teach a bunch of kids.
Is it potty training?
No.
You gotta karate chop the poop.
He teaches them to kick stuff, I think. I mean, I generally wouldn't want children kicking stuff, but to each their own, I suppose.
No, but it's like grandparents with grandkids.
Um,
You have fun with them and then you send them home to destroy things there.
Look what I learned!
Look, Ma, I could put my hand through a cinder block and then like 14 stitches and 18 broken bones later. That was fun.
Those poor children, what are you doing to them, Jurassic? I remember when I was a kid, I used to eat like the Popeye spinach. I don't know if they still have that. I never see it on the shelf anymore. Popeye's brand spinach. And I would eat it, and then I would run over to my mom and start punching her in the leg, like her. Cartoons taught me violence.
How'd it go?
Man. She didn't like it.
You didn't kill her?
No, I didn't murder my mother when I was a child. It got me like my spinach, but I remember Popeye spinach clearly having sugar in it to make it taste better.
I was watching a thing recently, or reading a thing about like the best peanut butter, and one of them was Peter Pan peanut butter, and they're like, it wouldn't be that bad except for they add so much sugar. They're like, it's just sugar.
You can just buy the Reese's peanut butter in a jar.
It's not the same as the Reese's peanut butter though.
Yeah.
That was one that was on the list. They're like, you thinking when you get it that it's going to be just like the stuff in the peanut butter? No, it's not. It's sugary, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
No, if it was that peanut butter, that would be horrible for you. Basically, they just say, here's a jar of candy.
That's what Nutella is.
Nutella's good though.
It's just a jar of candy.
I know, but you put it on. You do some light toast, and you put that on top, let it melt in. So good.
It's good. It's chocolate and hazelnut.
No, Nutella is delicious. Denise said that one time, the Nutella pancakes. She had a picture of that. I think that was at BronyCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are things were just, it was like so good.
That would just be, I would eat that and just immediately regret it. As soon as it got in my mouth. Like, just imagine it being super rich and sticky. She's so happy to get hit in the face with that.
This is a little off. Or her upper face and lower face, I guess, have... Yeah, they're supposed to have a reaction, but I just kind of wasn't paying attention. I think she breathes in a little here. Right here. I had to bring down a bit from before it so I could work with my area here. Let's see if I can do a Rathalos trick. Oh no, I can't. Because the top lip is connected with the jaw for some stupid reason.
That is weird.
Hmm?
It was a weird decision on my part.
Oh, it just means I have to invert some of the things. It used to be you just grab the jaw and then you can do open and close. Here I have to time opening the open flex with the open of the jaw.
So Jurassic, if you're not home, where are you now? Are you at work just watching this? I know Surya used to do that from his guard job. When he did that. I almost got a job as a security guard once, but then they sent me to do a drug test and I couldn't find the facility.
Uh-huh.
No, I just couldn't find the facility.
Because you're too high?
Yeah, that was it. No, I legit was like, okay, I got...
It's Kentucky. Like, everything's like a mile apart. How can you miss it?
Couldn't find it. I didn't have GPS back then. This was like when I was like 20. GPS was kind of not really that commonplace back then. So they basically just gave me some rough instructions. What's wrong?
Oh, no.
They gave me some rough instructions where it was, but I couldn't find it. So I drove around, and then about 30 minutes after I was supposed to be there, I gave up. Because I was like, okay, I'm late. And they're probably already closed. Because they were sending me there at like the very end of the day. And so I pretty much like, well, I didn't get that job.
You didn't call them?
They didn't give me a number. They just told me, it's right around the corner. You'll find it. I'm like, okay.
Again, they're probably like, if that guy couldn't find it, we don't want him here.
Well, they definitely couldn't let me get the job without the drug test. And if I could, so I just gave up.
Failure to take one is also considered an automatic failure.
Oh, yeah, automatic.
There was a driver when I was working in trucking that he got pulled for random and then made a stink about it and refused to take it. And they're like, you've taken it all the times before. And he goes, I refuse to take it now. The only time I can see you refusing to take a drug test is if you've got drugs in your system. But refusing to take it is considered an automatic pass or an automatic failure on it. So whether or not you had drugs in your system, it's put on your record that you had drugs in your system if you failed to take it. Because otherwise anybody could be like, well, I'm not going to take it. I quit and I'm going to go get another job. So, yeah. And so he kind of got screwed on that. But
I just couldn't find the place. And I was like, well...
Because you're high.
Yeah. That was a bad day, too, going to that interview. Just in general. My tire fell apart on the highway. It was a retread, and the treads all just fell off.
You shouldn't get tired on the highway. Maybe you should get more rest.
I need more rest now. I got like 5 hours last night.
Well, don't do that. You were up until like 1 something. Why?
I was up to like 2.
Why?
Couldn't bring myself to sleep.
To try to sleep?
I don't know.
can't do that. Read
I
a
know.
book.
Something.
That's what always does it for me. I have all the Expanse books.
Dude, I still have to finish that one book. John's ahead of me now.
Yeah, there you go. Read an hour before bed. Well, I wish I knew a way to get to sleep better. Well, here's an idea. No. Well, then fuck you.
I just...
It's a good way to get your mind to take itself off of all normal things. It puts it in a story, and normally you won't overthink that before bed.
That's actually not a bad idea.
That's what I used it for. Is that you usually, if you have all these other stimulus during the day, like if I'm playing a lot of games, all my brain is still running through the game stuff. But if I read, it puts my brain in a whole different path of thinking, and all I'm thinking about before bed is potentially what's going to happen in the story, but there's not enough information usually to lead you into going forever.
My brain's on about 1,000 things recently.
It's also why I tend to, if I do that, I'll put off all lights but like one. That's kind of a lower light, and I just keep going until I start feeling tired, and then I'll just go to bed. And so where you can just kind of like boop boop and then lay down. That's why I had the I got the light for my phone, because I would read in bed and then I'm like, I'm getting tired, but then I'd have to get up across the room, flip the light. By the time I go back down to lay down, I'm like, okay, now I'm awake again. So I got it so that I could just like read and then go So it was convenient.
Yeah. A lot of nonsense on the brain.
But
Sleeping.
that's why I used to read when I was laid off, because I had a lot on my mind then. I was reading a
If I was
ton.
laid off, I wouldn't care when I go to bed.
Well, there's financial worries, like no, in terms of things in your mind.
Yeah. I'd probably just be awake until 6 in the morning and then only go to sleep because I became completely exhausted. That's what would happen in that scenario.
No, it's if you're laid off, that's especially when you shouldn't be doing that, because then all you're gonna do is get depressed and.
Do that anyways.
I know, but but you're not helping yourself if you're falling into the bad habits that make it worse. It's like you got two things playing on each other, and neither wants to fix the problem.
Well, I did find a fix for the problem. I just finished drinking.
No, that's worse. Alcohol before bed, working out before bed. I forgot what the third one is. All of them make you sleep worse.
Probably shouldn't stop doing all of that. Nothing like a glass of whiskey and some push-ups right before bed.
Falling asleep and getting a good night's sleep are not the same thing. Falling into a stupor because you've drinking enough alcohol means that your body doesn't enter any of the good sleep.
Yeah.
So all it is passed out. It's not sleeping.
Yeah, but I get crazy dreams, especially if they involve horses. Sometimes they do.
I think I added too much random on there. I don't like any of that. so
Back in the old place.
2 apartments ago.
Never forget. She got the. See, she doesn't have any lips. Oh no, she kinda does. Does she have different colored lips or not? I can't tell.
No.
No, she doesn't. It's weird. She got no lips. Do any of the Equestria girls have lips? Or no? Did they lose their lips when they became humans? Humans don't have lips. Only horses.
Okay, this I don't like just because there's so much teeth, but I can't get rid of the teeth.
Got falling down.
There's nothing for removing teeth. And normally in a lot of the other models there is ways to do that. Because there's times where like O's and stuff you don't want like full
It's just grab
teeth.
them and pull them out of her head.
I think where is Pucker? So this is gonna be a tough one to figure out with this model. I think if I just have it be more of without. Alright, bye Jurassic. He gave a derpy.
Go beat up those kids.
Did you see the derpy? He did. He said he gave you a derpy.
I appreciate the derpy.
It's all for you. Well done. That's actually not too bad right there. I wonder if I can just remove the. No, not really. Maybe a little bit, but not too much. Yes. She's doing taxes.
That's how you know she's alive.
Actually took me a sec. Wow, my object permanence.
Yeah.
This is, you know, I like when people talk a little slower because it allows the more details in pronunciation. But at the same time, with a model like this, it's like, please don't talk slow.
Just get over it. I feel like if you punched one of these characters in the eye, it would just blast out and you just destroy their brain in the process.
Thank you for the file, Luna Gamer Pros. It's all lowercase, and I was reading that read that wrong. And it's like a Lunag Ammer. Maybe a little bit of S. No. No. She needs to frown more. Get sad.
Why is she sad? I want to hear this backstory as to why she's sad. Did somebody steal her kitten? That made me sad.
Watch the movie! There's the whole movie's about it!
I mean, yeah, but I don't get why she's sad.
Oh, thanks for the subscription too. That's
She
awesome.
should be happy. She just got everything she ever wanted.
I got an emote too.
She's the belle.
What was the emote? It's is it a cup?
You got a cup?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit the dank button so that it shows it. It's a tea.
It's a rainbow tea.
Why is it tea? It should be coffee. There it is. There. Bam. Coffee. I'm gonna call it coffee now. Well, thank you very much.
Coffee. Though there are times where tea isn't. There are times where tea is nice.
Oh no, tea is good.
I think I would drink a lot more tea if I was retired.
I used to do it when I was at when I worked in my last job. They had a hot water machine. I could get water out, like really hot water out of just super easy. So I used to bring tea bags and stuff there because it was just quick. And current job has that too, but the water is like scalding. So it's a little bit like I had to put it in a cup and then let the water sit for 10 minutes.
There's a K-cup machine that might work.
You can do that for water
You
too.
can get hot water from it.
But it's like if the grounds get left, if there's any grounds left in the machine, it'll get mixed with the coffee, which really isn't a bad thing, depending.
I used to use my dad's coffee maker sometimes when I was a kid to make tea, and he'd swear up and down he could still taste the tea even after I had taken out the bag. He didn't like me doing that. I was doing it.
I keep forgetting, like, some of the stuff I learned from the Rathlos ones of playing with the mouth positioning. It's just harder because of how the mouths work. Why do you have Santa?
I don't know.
It's July!
Why do I have Santa?
Do I have Santa?
I don't know. Like, I was like, is that active right now?
Like, oh yeah, there is. I have some holidays.
Why do I have a Santa?
I don't know.
Is it?
That's weird. Get rid of it. I'm gonna ban Santa. Oh no, I have Santa too. And why is there Santa?
It's Christmas in July. Blame ABC.
There's Santas.
I guarantee you they're showing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer right now on ABC. Because they always do Christmas in July.
Because we can't just have it once a year.
Nope, you gotta have Christmas in July. Because
So
that
how does
stuff
that
makes
work?
money, man.
Yes. Because Christmas is a marketing holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's still too much teeth. For I, it sounds like eh.
At least we can still enjoy Arbor Day. Yeah, Arbor Day.
I should.
I have magic, and you.
That should work. Okay. Squeak. She should be more angry.
dog gotta be angry? Make half of her mouth close. Like that, but just half the mouth closed.
I can't.
Oh,
It's all open or all closed.
I wonder if I have like the Ninja Turtle face from the 80s. Like a grrr. And she just had a stroke. That's what the Ninja Turtle face was. I don't know what that is. It's upsetting.
You know what it is?
Sideways mouth. No.
I detect bullshit.
That lip syncing done. Even though it was a real pain.
It's the lip syncing for the whole video.
It's done.
Even if I want to have her say science at the end, she says science in another part. I can copy paste it. So
You never have to lip sync again.
ever,
Yay, ever
until the
again.
next time. No, I don't mind lip syncing like Rathalos and stuff because he's easy.
I thought you were gonna be like, I don't mind lip syncing Derpy, but then you went and said Rathalos. Yeah, I figured his face is easier. Less flexes. You know, Rathalos.
Because it's not just less, it's because I put it together, I was able to just do the ones I wanted. So it wasn't about having some of these where it's like, well, anytime I use this flex, it's in the combination of this one and this one, so why not just make that flex work that way for all the time? So this is optimized for my use, which is what's perfect. Which I have to make another one of those. I just haven't figured out what I want to do with it yet. I haven't made the boat one I made a month ago.
Yeah, but you spent a ton.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
But I spent 3 weeks on that, and then I made the Edge of Glory, quick little karaoke one.
I don't think I saw that one.
Would you even follow Rathalos?
I didn't see
No,
it.
so,
I missed it on the
You
feed.
can't play it on here because it would be copyrighted. Well, I can't play it fully.
I can't hear it right now anyway.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't play. Yeah, this is karaoke one.
Yeah, I didn't see this one. This is my first realizing
But,
this exists.
He's just singing Edge of Glory. Somebody had mentioned, like, when they had a thing about if Rathalos was your best buddy, what would you do together? And he said, let's do karaoke and sing like Edge of Glory or Lady Gaga and all these, like Beyonce and stuff. And I thought that was funny, so I made that. Tagged the guy with it too.
Yes, welcome back, person.
Yes, welcome back. How was coffee?
I'm jealous I didn't get any coffee.
Boom, boom. You shouldn't have any coffee after 2 p.m. too.
Who made up that?
It's the caffeine.
And
And you're having problems sleeping.
caffeine helps me sleep.
No, it doesn't.
Drives away the demons.
It's like, shoot demons, I need these other demons. Get rid of yourselves.
They're also my therapists, so. Remember,
So you might have very different... I love coffee, so you probably have very different coffee than I have.
remember, internet. The cheapest therapists are the voices in your head. It's useful information.
Well, no, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. It's just normally the recommendation is not to have it after 2 p.m. It's
Horrible advice.
if you have a high caffeine tolerance, you can probably go a little later. But if you're having it, I used to have it during stream, and so I would be having it at like 6 to 7 p.m. But that was when I was doing like 3-4 cups a day, and now I'm only doing one. Strong coffee with hazelnut creamers. No, not bad. I used to do hazelnut. I've been doing. I prefer French vanilla. That's kind of been my go-to for quite a while. And I tend to do a stronger coffee, usually a dark roast. Though I've been trying like an Ethiopian coffee right now, so I'm mixing it up a little bit. But usually I do black coffee with French vanilla.
What you want to do is right before bed, you get an iced coffee and you chug it. It's the best.
I don't. She says I again,
So many who
but I don't want to have her doing this same thing again.
and it really should have been mine.
Because she's talking about herself again. No, if you could get decaf coffee that tastes.
Why do you even have to
No,
say
if
that?
you could get decaf coffee that tasted like caffeinated coffee, I would drink a lot more coffee. I would like having one right now, but it's not the same. Anything that's done to remove the caffeine does not make it really coffee anymore, and no matter how good a processing, it's still not that great.
Water with dirt in it at that point.
Yeah, I have found the decaf for the Trader Joe's is actually pretty decent, but it's still not the same.
It's got the best part.
You can't remove caffeine without removing something else too. So it's any chemical process is gonna.
If they do figure out a way to remove just the caffeine, please insert it into my face.
Caffeine?
Yes.
You can. You can buy caffeine powder.
Oh, I use the take caffeine pills.
No, literally, you can buy flour. You can buy caffeine powder. It's just don't do that.
You're giving me ideas.
It's like, well,
I'm gonna put it in all the food.
why don't I just buy crack?
And they don't sell it on eBay. I'm aware of.
I love how you had to add that at the end, like you checked. What did he make? Crack. I can just see you're gonna look like Derpy here, like crack.
Crack cocaine search.
So how do I want to have her positioned here? Because to me, she's saying about herself, and then I wanted to have her express to the other people. So I wanted to do a back and forth with the arm, but okay, I need to move this. It's getting a little weird. Okay.
She's looking into your soul.
She's consuming my. Oh no, she can't. I'm a redhead.
Alright.
I am protected. Because I could just take
And it really should have been mine
that positioning
all along.
and really just cheat it, or
What exactly do you think you're going to do to stop me? You think you're going to do to stop me?
I'm really happy with how the hand turned out on that one,
Think
though.
you're going to do to stop me?
It looks pretty good.
To do to you think you're going to do
The only, actually, you know what? I can make it better. Okay, so we have thumb, index. Okay, so we want to take these two. So at the part where they carve in, we're going to delay 1 frame, 2 frame.
Red flames.
Yeah, there. Now she actually does them separate.
It is neat. Very evil. And good hand coordination skills. You gotta think about that to do that.
What's this incoming? Oh, it is incoming 1 because this is incoming 2. This is close up. Why is this close up 2? Okay, so because I think I can take the animation from the other one, bring it into here, and then manipulate it a little bit to fit my need. Because I don't want to just copy paste the animation, but yeah. But then I'm not keyframing, and if I don't work with keyframes, it's going to get messy. I think I might just leave it and do it myself.
Never. Act like she's trapped in a box.
Huh?
Have her like do this, like it's in a box. Fun. She's a mime who talks a lot.
What? Hold on.
Just became Sans. Oh. I never did beat Sans.
Okay, get her. That's there. The hello eyes.
Yes. Yeah, she has weird eyes. She pretty much has weird everything. No. Not okay.
See, this is when she got punched in the face.
No. Did she get punched for being evil? Or did she try to argue that a loaded baked potato is a sandwich? Because it is. Yeah, internet. I'm starting.
Starving.
Starving.
You're starving?
I'm starving.
Oh, I thought you said starving. I'm like, what?
Said a loaded baked potato is a sandwich. Because it is. She's got like a space dock in her face. What's going on there? There's things going on there, and I don't like any of it. I'm disturbed.
See? She's normal.
No. Her mother was an auntie to...
She's still talking.
No. She looks happy. Yay, I got puppy. She's Kirby. His face. It's not okay.
Hold on. I need to find something.
I'm afraid.
Can I just find the Kirby sucks sound?
I know I heard the
Well,
sound
that's
of
not it. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Where is... I just need...
I think the sound effects one would be it.
Hmm?
The one that said sound effects on it. Kirby suction power for kids.
But that's from... It looks like something from a series. Well, that's a bunch of other noises. I don't want that.
There's one that just says Kirby sucks, but I'm not sure what that one's about.
I just... Well, wait. If it's on the wiki, they might have a play button. Come on, just give me the button. That's all I need.
You know, it's horrifying when you show a picture of Kirby sucking somebody up when it's a person.
He's hungry.
Kirby's just
I'm not gonna
war.
find anything quick.
Kirby is why there's so many people who are into war now.
I'm hungry.
I do feel like there's
Feed me.
He's like the catalyst for a fetish.
Actually,
Good
if I
job,
do
Kirby.
this, this, and this.
Oh, he looked like there's a fish.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I need to fix her. Okay, she's fixed now.
I have magic. I have magic.
Still don't. I still want her to. She has to point at herself, but if I'm going to use Spike to impact any part of her, I probably should have it be her other arm.
I have magic.
I don't know if it'd be fingers. How else would you point at yourself? Not with a fist.
Like this?
No, that'd be weird.
Pointing at yourself in general is weird.
I know, but not when you're trying to be intimidating. You're not like, oh. It's,
Like this. That's the cool way. Thumb. Yeah, me. I'm awesome. I'm wrong.
no, she's not a bro.
She's kind of. She's got some bro energy going.
I mean, just have her do this guy.
This guy right here taking over your school. Turn your friends into zombies.
I think if she does like a stronger, before she was doing a very lazy forward. I think if she does a stronger push, that might work. Actually, I need to put her in a more neutral pose first. I'll keep her in this, and then I'll just choose this area. There's animation to him, but if it doesn't matter if I'm going to be all the animation pauses for the time that I have her get stuck.
I was just looking at my sock and I'm starting to wonder if they're like two knockoffs instead of Hanes. They're Hanes because they put like
You probably just bought
they filled in the freaking top. It's Ames socks.
Ames. It's like those Chinese knockoffs.
Yes. This one says Hanes. This one's Ames. And somebody in the factory's got lazy or something.
Yes, because somebody was sitting there sewing your socks.
How does that happen? How does a machine make Ames? Typo?
I thought these hands had a separate bone in the base. Well, unless I'm thinking of a different model. No, it was this one. Where's the other bones?
Where bones go?
Yeah, because when I was looking at it before, under arms, yeah, I wasn't working with another human model in a while, so it had to be this one. But I'm not seeing extra. But even this, like, there's a couple of these. Oh, the brows I don't care about. Upper lip and upper lip down and upper lip up. Whatever. I don't have those included either. Yeah, I'm not seeing them. But it had to be these. So that's weird. I'm not going crazy, so. Because it'd be nice to have an extra mid-bend. Because right now I can't actually bend the center, and you should be able to right here.
You can't bend that.
No, it's all flat right there. Plus the way that the bones work don't allow much flexibility on the wrist. Just kind of like 180s, when a normal wrist is going to have a little bit more weight to it.
Mine can't go further than that.
No, it's it folds right there, where it should be that it comes up a little bit, and that just looks weird because it looks like a 90-degree bend. Yours doesn't really get to a 90-degree bend. There's folds and stuff in there. What do you?
I think my hand goes 90.
No, it's a 90-degree corner.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is. It shouldn't bend like that. Because I wanted to have her bend them so that these.
Oh, his fingertips shouldn't bend that way.
Yeah, they do. Your fingertips can bend that backwards.
My fingertips can do this.
Well, I know. She's going to put pressure.
Oh, okay. Okay, she's putting pressure on him, sure. No, she was just like midair.
No. I can't have it do everything I want at the same time. It takes time. You always look at something as soon as I start it and then, like, criticizing it when I'm working my way there.
That's the problem with being right here, seeing it in real time.
Okay, so she probably could have the pinky out, but
She's got like wrench fingers.
yeah, but the pinky is huge. Like, the pinky shouldn't be that
She
big.
doesn't have a pinky.
Hmm?
She doesn't have a pinky. So you lose your pinky when you become evil. That's the rules. That's why all Looney Tunes characters are evil, especially Bugs Bunny. He's just a jerk. Man, it's so weird.
But, like, her arms aren't even that. Like, if you think about length of arm, my elbow goes out way far. Oh, that's probably because I'm just fold her clavicle forward. She probably would be reaching with her arm forward a bit. That's a bit better. But still, the wrist doesn't bend that way. But, because it would be, oh, I guess the wrist would not be fully turned. It would be like this. Your fingers would bend a little bit. to help compensate. His fingers are weird. I mean, I could have her put her whole hand down too, but it doesn't seem very character-like.
I have magic.
I probably should have actually put her into a better position. I'm thinking that she would lean forward.
I have magic. I.
She's been working towards this dream for the last 15 years. It's
I have magic.
pretty exciting.
I have magic. I have magic. I have magic. I have magic. I have magic.
I'm feeling I'm gonna have to clear out some for bobbing certain parts. Hey, Skylight. How was the online con? It was good, actually. It went super smooth. It helped that the people that run Ponyfest helped with the online portion of it because they have a lot of experience in that regard. No, I thought it went really, really smooth. The online translation to the panels went pretty well. So, like the SFM panel was nice that I could actually use SFM and show things using my rig. So that was neat. Completely improv the whole thing now. But it went well. I was unsure how well bad fanfic would run because how the hell do you do that in an online convention? But we used tabletop as a method for determining random story, then use the deck from utter punctuation for determining accents and just keeping it so that there was something visual, and had a bunch of people on there to act as background laughter and stuff. So it actually worked really well. And then Super Fight, I have the version on tabletop anyway, so that was really easy. The funny thing with the bad fanfic was in the panelist back room, you start streaming like anytime. They give you a key and then you can start streaming, and then they'll put you live whenever you're ready. And they were watching me, and I was on it's a bad fanfic panel, and I was on Tabletop Simulator, and I got a message from them saying, "Are you ready to go? And you're live in a minute, but I see cards." And I'm like, no, that's what we're going with. Don't worry about it. The panels will be up one day. They're going to be putting all those online, but I don't know if they segmented as they were recording. If they just recorded the entire channel, then they're going to have to really do some cutting, because that's like 16 hours a day. So, but I thought it was actually neat. It went well. Yeah, they'll have it up. You might actually. That was last weekend, right? Yeah. If you go to oh no, not last weekend, the weekend before. I believe their Twitch channel you could still view recordings up to like 2 weeks or something. So you might still be able to watch them right now. You'll have to skim through 16 hours to get to those parts, but they should be in there.
I wonder when they're going to get around to sending badges and stuff.
They said that they just got them in like very recently, and that they were going to be working to mail them out in the next couple of days. Mm-hmm. So, geez, it just happened like a week ago. They have a lot to do, Michael.
Yeah, but I mean,
I put money in them.
If it was the convention, we would have at the convention.
There's a lot of things that would be better working that way. Hello, Elko. Did someone have a con feel? I know it won't be perfect emulation. No, it wasn't a con in that I like friend interaction. So the best part of the conventions to me are getting to hang out in a hotel with friends and getting to meet or hang out with the people I don't get to see on a more regular basis. So yeah, I didn't get that. But the panels actually still felt pretty much like panels. At least the ones that I did felt like the normal panels we run. You lose a little bit of the feedback that you get from people, and being able to act things out better physically are more fun. There's certain gimmicks that we just couldn't do because, like, we always throw the papers when we're done reading the scripts, but we couldn't do that on here because we didn't have paper to throw. So we had to find ways to translate. My biggest concern with an online convention is just that lack of feedback from an audience, because like with Bad Fanfic and Super Fight, one of the biggest things was, the whole reason we made the Super Fight panel was to create a panel that had interaction with the audience, and then you lose that. But the big thing too is if you watch a funny movie by yourself, you'll giggle maybe, but if you watch a funny movie with a group, you're going to laugh a lot more because everybody helps with each other, build off laughter of each other. So the Bad Fanfic is difficult in how without having that laughter. So if you say something funny, where's the laughter? You lose it, and then you're just going to get this dry humor. A lot of pundits online, when they moved to an online format during COVID, were using their old way of doing comedy, but then it just left dry air, and they found ways to adjust. So here it was, we brought in more people than we needed, and then I just turned down their volumes in the background so that there was some kind of background laughter, and that helped, I think, a lot. It helped every one of us work on each other for laughing too. No, I had paper in the house, but I didn't do it on a stream. Everybody was on just a Discord call, and since we're using tabletop for the medium, I didn't have a video playing to throw anything. And then just randomly throwing even paper and tabletop isn't the same, because without knowing what we did before, it doesn't really have the same. You can't translate it. It just seems like some weird thing you're doing. So yeah. but I expected it to be to have a lot more hiccups than it did. Yeah, there was, like Charlie said, he goes, the only fire that they had, he had the entire time, and normally he has to deal with all the fires. So the only fire they had to deal with was during one of the streams, his cat's tail went into a candle. So he had to deal with the literal fire. But other than that, he says everything actually went really smooth. Yeah, I didn't get as much interaction as you'd want, but it's better than nothing at all. I think it was actually a pretty smooth and well done medium for getting by on it. So let's see how Cider Fest goes. He said he's thinking it'll still happen, but there's so much stuff going on that's just an educated guess, and probably just to keep people in a positive mood for such, which is needed.
Positivity is a short supply. Last this year. You know what I miss about the conventions? Giving an unsuspecting victim a body pillow. It's the best.
Yeah, you had to find another way to do it.
Yeah, to mail it. Crazy. I gotta figure out the next victim.
Not me.
You got enough body pillows.
Yeah, I don't. And they've all been gifts as it is.
I mean, you could use another one.
No.
Maybe one of your OC.
No.
You say that.
I don't want one because I'm not going to use it. It's going to go like sit in a drawer. I have too many pillows on my bed.
Fine, not your OC then.
I have 3 body pillows on my bed as it is.
Why 3? I thought you had 2.
I have one smaller black one that was from my ex. I usually put it against the wall to keep me from bumping and hitting the wall itself. So, and I used to have my the head of my bed against the wall that was to the outside. And in Minnesota winters, that would be a very cold wall, and that was not something you wanted to touch in the middle of winter and go, oh. So I would put that there as a buffer. And so I just been a habit to have it there. Plus, then I'm not going boom, making marks on the wall or something.
I think I have enough body pillows, like 2's enough, but if I see another derpy at a convention, there's no stopping me. I will buy it. Actually, I have seen other ones, but I didn't like them. The ones I got.
My eyes are weird. Oh, they're so close.
One thing every brony has in common. They want to hug a pony. It's also the collective curse. Because none of us can. Well, just don't get this progressively suggestive one. I mean, you cuddle a pony. It's nice.
Yeah, I remember when going to conventions and it was like the body pillows started popping up, and now it's like half body pillows. And there's so many, it's like, the only ones I have right now are, I have a Rainbow Dash one that Surya Dragon bought me at BronyCon a couple of years ago, and then one of Epona that Ardale just gave me. He sells them, but he just gave it to me for free. So they were both gifts. So that's why it's like, so I have them out because they were gifts. That was really cool. But doesn't mean I want more. Not at all. There's some nights where I just go and toss them off as it is because I just want the space.
Oh yeah. That's why you gotta get a bigger bed. My bed's big enough where I can toss them to the side and they'll be in my bed and I'll forget they're there. month-long PonyCon on Second Life. Second Life is a weird game. I've only ever seen bits and pieces, but
Thing is I've been to 2 cons now that went not just 2.5 days, but 3.5 days. And I will say 2.5 days is the right amount of time. Even at 3.5 days with BronyCon, it was exhausting. There was just, after 2.5 days, you're good. But if it goes long enough, it's too much. So there's some things that are sweet because they're limited. And if a convention was to go for like a week straight, I don't think it would be as much fun. It's because of the scarcity that you have something that you actually find value in it. But if you have, it's the same thing of like cake. Cake is delicious when you get cake, but if you had cake every day, that cake wouldn't be as sweet anymore, because you're just burned out on cake. It's now just a normal thing, not a treat. So I like the conventions for being just as long as they are.
I love this line of dialogue from Light Shepherd. It's like, I'm done with potty pillows. They're getting too weird. Most of my bed is covered in body pillows. There's just no room left. You know, screw it. Let's get more body pillows. That's pretty much the line of conversation going on there.
Well, or you get a second bed just for them.
Yes. You fill it up too.
I think actually when she does this part, I can have her pull her hand away.
Cake would give you diabetes unless you use like Splenda cakes.
This crown, and it really should have
Which
been
would probably be nasty.
all along.
I don't think I have that hand go into a fist.
Just
Oh, I do. Perfect.
All I know is every time I buy somebody one of those pillows, they pretty much just tell me it ends up in their bed, and they cuddle it. So, good gift. Thought it was pretty cool during the Livestream. The Grim just had everything.
No, she did.
Mm-hmm. During one of the streams for the convention.
And that's of was that her Rosi or the Fiesta?
Fiesta.
As I thought.
Because I got it.
You had a commissioned of Fiesta?
Yeah. I had it special commissioned. Same artist I had commissioned Giz's. Different artists than Yasho's. I think it's cool. I love it when I can get like a custom made one.
Well, you kind of almost have to though, because they're like.
Well, like if I was to get like say Warhorse, and he might be like stalking. If I was to say to get Warhorse, why not just get him Lyra? Because that's what he likes.
Well, you have to find something to put on it that.
I did
No,
get Warhorse.
you got to put a warehouse.
Just a warehouse for Warhorse.
That was a nickname I used.
Yes.
I
Actually,
have like 8 nicknames for
I
him.
forgot I did get Warhorse one. I got him one of that Kieran.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah. See, he was falling in love with the Kieran.
No, not them dollary dues.
magic, and I have magic.
Ferret plushie? Or a ferret? What's a ferret? It's Pokemon. I only know if you start talking about Pokemon that aren't the original 150, I get lost.
Magic,
Gotta talk about your Bulbasaurs and your Charmanders.
magic,
What about Mew?
Okay. I know who he is.
Can't have. I never understood is why Mewtwo was created from or
Mew.
by Mew, but Mewtwo is a lower number.
Because for the longest time they tried to play off that Mew wasn't actually in the game, but he is.
But it's not about that. But if they're numbered and they're officially
Yeah.
numbered, in the world, then then we have a chicken and the egg situation? Why is the second version of something the first to be identified?
It doesn't make sense in the context of that, but in the context of basically hiding that Mew's existence in the original Blue and Red, he was in Blue and Red. He was just the nonsense you had to go through to get him. I don't know how anybody figured it out. Essentially, you had to perform some very specific, seemingly random tasks in order to make Mew appear.
I used to date a girl that loved Pokemon, and we ended up going down to like Minneapolis during an event where they were giving Mew to anybody in the area for one of the old Pokemon games. This is like, I think, just after Red and Blue. It was on the Advance, and you could go there, and then like you'd find somebody that works there, and they would trade it to you. And but they had this big Pokemon event, so we had to go downtown to go to this event. It was neat, but it was just a very Pokemon nerd moment for them.
Mew was sighted in South America? I don't know about that. Oh, you mean like in Pokemon Go? I thought you were like in real life they saw Mew. So he's in Pokemon Go, but he's just super rare or something? I don't know. I don't know anything about Pokemon Go. I played it for like 10 minutes.
I used to play it a lot, but it just became where I could only play it when I was at the mall. And then it was using battery power. Even though I had it off and I had everything off with it and disabled, it was still pulling battery power. And so that means it was processing and doing something when I was not using it. And I didn't like that, so I removed it.
The reason I stopped playing it is that I lived out in the boonies in Kentucky. And the only landmark, which you kind of needed landmarks, anywhere near any place I ever was a water tower in Walton near my work. And I got 30 minutes for lunch, and I was skipping lunch to go out and just walk back and forth to the water tower.
10 minutes?
Like 30 minutes.
You said you only played it for 10 minutes.
Oh, like, that was an exaggeration. 10 minutes in that a very short period of time compared to most people.
I we live by one of the biggest malls in America, and
It is the biggest mall.
I don't know if it still is or not. There was one that was being built. But it was, no matter what I did during the week in that, I would get more stops and more catches, or no, for an entire month, I would get more in that one day at that event than I would in anything I would be able to do in my own time otherwise, because there was so many stops and so many people. So it was like, it was useless to play unless it was at the mall. And then because of that, I just didn't end up playing.
Just remember in the original Pokemon Red and Blue, catching Mew, I remember seeing people do it, and there was like, basically you find them in the same place you first find Abras, or I can't remember like the name of the towns or anything, but you have to essentially like go to one of the end areas, perform a certain, walk up and down a certain shoreline, then warp to said area, check in the grass, and if you did everything exactly right, Mew would appear. And it's stuff like that that I have no idea how people figure out.
There's probably clues throughout the game. Or data miners.
On a gameplay game?
Yeah.
I mean, once you get into the ROMs, I guess you can start data mining.
It's all just zeros and ones. Anybody that has a hookup can then do it. There's nerds out there. Anyways, I am done. It is after 8. But at least got the lip syncing done and got some good progress done. So getting there, huh?
So much twice.
That's from when I did that joke.
Yes.
Oh,
No. He murdered. He just murdered so many Twilights.
But yeah, I will be back on Friday to do some more. I might try to poke at it a little bit this week, but if I put any time in SFM, it'll probably be towards working on some more Rathalos stuff. No, I'm not gonna keep rating Fiora. So I'm just gonna drop it because usually if I do that, then I forget to upload recordings. And I just did like 6 uploads because I have stuff. So, but anyways, have a good week, and I'll see you Friday, I guess. Have a kitty because I know that's what you're waiting for.
Yay!
And
Have a crappy week. I only said that so you don't get jinxed. Now you'll have a good week.
Okay. Don't listen to him. All right. Bye bye.